USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America, let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Hey everybody, it's me, Alan Warren. I'm the RV guy, and thank you for being with us for this special broadcast. Now, if you're watching the show, the recorded version on Facebook, here's the deal. Facebook does not allow us to run commercials, so during the commercial breaks, if you don't want to watch the banter that takes place between Goose and myself, yeah, why wouldn't you want to do that? Anyway, all you got to do is look at the time code there on Facebook, and you just zip through like you would on your DVR, okay? Now, if you're watching on YouTube, and I know a lot of you are, Goose, tell them what to do, please.
Well, one, we've edited out the commercial break, so that's a good thing. Two, if you have a comment or a question for him right there, right underneath the video, you can post the comment. And guess what? We read every single one. Well, he does. I read the ones that when I get to it. But he reads every single one, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. We do our best, but we're busy people. Finally, hit the red subscribe button, and you'll receive a notification. Make sure you actually do hit the subscribe and the notification, a little two-piece action. Because when you hit the notification, you'll be notified when we put up a new video. And those come each and every week. That's the YouTube channel of The RV Show USA.
That's right. Now, we got about 3 minutes or so. We actually go live at exactly 6 minutes after the hour. So we got, 3 minutes now till we go live. But if you have not taken a minute to subscribe to our newsletter, you can do so now. Easy to do. Doesn't cost you a dime. It'll take you about a minute to do it. We don't sell or provide your information to anybody. And we would love to have you as part of our RVing community. So go to our website, The RV Show USA, put it all together, thervshowusa.com. Click on subscribe, and here's why you need to do it. Not only do we give you a heads up as to what we're going to be talking about, who our guests are going to be on the show, but every week we award somebody that's one of our subscribers with a great prize, and then once a month, and we're getting ready for the month of July to end, once a month we give away a super prize. A big old super prize. And that super prize consists of the winner's choice of either a beautiful fire disc cooker that you hear us talking about all the time, or if you own an RV and you'd like to learn how to save a lot of money, you can get an RV home study and training course. It's worth like $400. It's got 35 hours of videos with it. Yeah, it's a big deal. Workbook, the whole 9 yards. And it will help you save money on RV repair. So it's your choice if you're our winner. So go to thervshowusa.com, click on subscribe, bam, you are in. We got about a minute 45 till the show starts. So.
Yep, and I got to make a phone call. So.
All right, make your, oh yeah, better make your phone call. We got Lady E coming up, folks. Got a great show for you tonight. All right, let's see. I guess we are broadcasting, huh?
Yes, we are.
Very good. I guess we are.
Hi, this is Goose from the RV Show USA. We're about a minute or so from the show getting started. We'd like to have you as a guest for our first segment if you're ready.
Oh, she's ready.
Awesome. Put you on a brief hold, then Alan's going to introduce you, and we'll bring you on the air. Thank you. Diesel.
Hi, Lori. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you, Lisa, for being with us. And Jeffrey, appreciate it. Now, I know we've got about 40 seconds until the show starts tomorrow night. Now, we're doing 2 shows this week because we're going to be gone next week. So we're doing the one show right now, and then tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time, we're recording live our show that will be running the next week. So if you're on our email list, you're going to get an email saying that. Don't think it's a duplicate or anything. So you can join us 2 nights in a row, all right?
We already sent out a duplicate email this week. So
yeah, already did mess up. Thanks for pointing that out, Goose. Appreciate that.
All right. 5.
The RV Show USA.
It's time for the RV Show USA with Alan Warren, the RV guy, and America's only radio show about the RV lifestyle. If you enjoy travel, fun, and adventure, well, welcome aboard, everybody.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Still getting used to this music, everybody. All right, hey, it's Alan Warren, the RV guy. We got a great show for y'all today. That's for a fact. In fact, we got so much going on, there is no time for us to do a whole lot of banter here in the setup of segment number 1, so we're going to get right down to it. Now, over the past few weeks, I have mentioned some big things are happening with the show, and in the next couple of minutes, you're going to be hearing about 2 of the great additions that we have made, so please stick with us. Now, for all you female listeners, this will be, well, it's going to be Ladies' Hour, as we have 3 different guests lined up. Each one of them are in the RV industry, a different area of the RV industry. First up, though, is the big announcement we're excited to tell you all about. It's our new sponsorship with the NRVIA. NRVIA. That stands for the National Recreational Vehicle Inspectors Association. NRVIA. It's a real step in a positive direction for the entire RV industry, and we're going to tell you a lot more about it. That's in our next segment. But for now, we're very lucky to have her, even though she's only on for a few minutes. That's a lady that is a superstar in the world of RVing. She really is. When she shows up at RV shows around the country and gives her seminars, people literally wait in line to meet her for more than an hour, to meet her and get her to sign one of her great cookbooks. So her name is Lady E from My RV Kitchen. Hey, Lady E, how you doing?
Hey, Alan. Thank you so much for inviting me to the show.
Well, you are welcome. I'm glad you're here. I know we only have you for this one segment this week, but tell everybody who Lady E is and about My RV Kitchen, please.
Well, I began as a full-timer back 10 years ago, knowing nothing about RVs. But coming from the food industry, it did pique my interest on how to work these complicated appliances in our RVs today. We now have convection, induction, residential refrigerators, but in today's RVs, it can be very frustrating if we don't understand how everything works. So my seminars that I do all across America are teaching people how to do it, how to understand them, how to the kitchens today, how to make them work more efficiently for you, how to pack and store. Lots and lots of things that I inform the consumers over.
But aren't they pretty much all the same, Lady E? I mean, you know, I'm a guy, and I guess men primarily are the ones that have designed these RVs, and that's why, you know, you're a breath of fresh air to this industry. But aren't they all pretty much the same?
Well, I want to say yes. However, there's a lot of changes made in the last few years. Example. We may have had convection ovens in our bricks and sticks home, and now we're able to get those in our RVs. And not necessarily just the high-end units. They are showing up in the more budget-friendly units. Induction. These are things that we know really basically nothing about. But when you put them in an RV, it actually changes the rules. Our boundaries change. So without having that knowledge, you can get in the kitchen with all these new wonderful appliances, but could get frustrated using them because not understanding them. So that's what the part that I play in educating the consumer.
From what I understand, you are even working with some manufacturers of RVs in how to lay out their kitchen more efficiently and more friendly, if you will, to the user.
Yes. Well, the last 4 to 5 years, Mr. Cooper, Gary Cooper, and I, we've been traveling the U.S. We've had the privilege of traveling in some very nice units. We have been helping manufacturers from a consumer end how can things work better? How can things change? I don't go in there and try to build something new. I just take what they have and make it a little bit more user-friendly. Just based upon the history that I have, most of my adult life has been as a restaurant owner. It gives me kind of a little edge of understanding appliances and how to get that same some of those same things into today's RV kitchens. It's my pleasure to work with some of the manufacturers, and they listen. That's the awesome thing about it, and we're excited about all the changes that are on the horizon.
Now, if you had to give one or two main tips to people that maybe are full-time RVers or they spend a lot of time RVing in their kitchen, what would those one or two things be? Maybe do's or don'ts.
Well, when it comes to stocking an RV kitchen, you need to look for appliances, these small appliances that have more than one use. When we have the sticks and bricks homes, we've got all the space that we need. We're able to just, load those different gadgets in there, and that's all good. But when it comes to the RV kitchen, we have to be very particular what we bring in, not just for space, but also in regards to our electrical needs. Because when it comes to RVs, we only have two power sources out there. It's either 30 amp or 50 amp. And depending on what your coach is, that determines on what you're able to bring in. So this is really good information that people need to know, Alan.
Well, this is awesome. We're going to get you on a lot in the future, Lady E, but I want you to tell us a little bit about your incredible cookbook that you have had so much success with, the Centennial Cookbook for RVers. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it began back in 2009. I wanted to do something special for the RV industry. I knew that in 2010 we were going to be celebrating the RV Centennial. And I decided to do a cookbook, but I want to give credit to a lot of people, Alan. It's not about me. It's about the people who have spent years and years loving this industry, going out and camping. These are the recipes that come from people who love to RV. So when you get inside of it, first of all, you're going to see beautiful photographs. You're going to see amazing recipes along with history of the person who is supplying that recipe. So these are the favorites of those folks who have been RVing for years. And because it's my love project, I just had a ball doing it. And who knows, maybe there will be another cookbook in the future.
Well, I know people literally line up, hundreds of them, to meet you and see you and get you to autograph one of your cookbooks. What was it like? Because you're so humble, and I'm going to do the bragging for you, but when RVIA endorsed Lady E in this cookbook, that had to be, you had to feel so proud of that.
Oh, I was. What an honor, first of all, just to be a part of that. I can't say enough about the RV industry, how wonderful it is, all the way from the consumer all the way up to the manufacturer. Do you know, if I could play a small part in it, that was enough. But to have my cookbook on display at the RV Museum up in Elkhart, Indiana, is quite an honor.
And you've become quite the celebrity over the last several years, haven't you?
Well, I don't know about celebrity, Alan.
Oh, I do.
I enjoy going to rallies, the RV shows. I love being in front of people, not because of just me being in front of people. It's because I want people to be in the know. I want people to understand how it works. So when they come into this experience, it's going to be a good one. But getting them information that's going to make their RV experience more of a pleasure, it helps everyone, not just them, but it also helps the industry as a whole. They're going to stay in the lifestyle. They're going to come back and buy more units down the road. It's a win-win situation.
I just love seeing more and more women get into this wonderful industry, and I'm so excited to have you on the show. Any, in just a few seconds, if you had to have one tip, one suggestion for somebody that's getting an RV, they walk into the kitchen, what one thing do they need to make sure they have in an RV?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I want to say one thing. I am all about people using the things that they love. But, the number one thing I would say to someone is get educated. Know about your RV. Know about your electrical loads. know about how your propane system works, your water system works. All those things are so important. So I'm going to say my number one thing is let's get educated about our RV.
Lady E, I got to
Yes.
call it there. We're out of time, but we're going to put up a link to myrvkitchen.com from our site. We want to get you back on here real soon, okay?
Wonderful. Thanks, Alan.
You betcha. Thanks for being with us. All right, folks, that's Lady E with myrvkitchen.com. We'll be back with Stephanie Henson from NRVIA right after this.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, Alan Warren, the RV guy, back with you as we're just getting started today. As I mentioned in our opening segment, there are more folks today that are getting into RVing than ever before. Actually, tens of thousands of RVs are being bought and sold between private individuals, and unfortunately, many buyers don't know the true condition of the RV they're buying until after they've laid down a bunch of money. But there is an association that is addressing those very situations, kind of similar to home inspections that we're all pretty familiar with today. RV inspections are becoming more and more common, but who in the world can do an RV inspection? Well, on our guest line is a representative from what's known as the NRVIA, and that stands for the National Recreational Vehicle Inspectors Association. To tell us about it, let's say howdy to Stephanie Henson. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Alan. Thanks for having me today.
Well, you betcha. So tell everybody, what is NRVIA? Can you give us a little bit of background?
Sure. I'd love to. We are essentially a nationwide network of certified RV inspectors. Just like home inspectors are hired to perform an inspection for a client before they purchase a home, our association is almost like that, but for the RV industry. Our inspectors offer the same type of services to RV consumers before they purchase an RV, or even for sellers to have an inspection done before they list their RV for sale.
And so who gets the inspection? Does the buyer ask for an inspection? Does the seller get an inspection before they sell it? What's the typical procedure there?
Sure. So although our services are now becoming more and more required by banks and insurance companies and warranty providers, the majority of the people who are looking for our services are clients like RV buyers who want to have an independent third-party evaluation of that RV before they buy, and RV sellers who are looking to maybe sell their unit on the private market and want to be able to provide their prospective buyer with peace of mind. So they'll hire our inspectors to come in and take an evaluation of that unit and put together a very professional, detailed report that they can then share with their buyers. And it includes pictures and information about the unit.
The third-party unbiased inspection, to me, is super important. I mean, they've got no skin in the game. They just say what they find, and that's got to be peace of mind, I think you said, for people that are buying, because there's a lot of moving parts in an RV, and many times we just don't know until later on, and then we sort of kick ourselves. So it sounds to me like an inspection before you buy, if you're buying from a private individual, for sure, could be money well spent, save you a lot of money.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because over the years what we have found is that a buyer is the fear of the unknown is what can cripple us sometimes and prevent us from moving forward and making a decision. The inspector allows that consumer to, even if there are issues on that RV, just being able to identify them and let the buyer know, okay, here are the 2 or 3 things that are wrong and need to be repaired. But that gives the buyer peace of mind knowing, okay, so overall this unit is in fairly good condition. I have these 2 or 3 things I need to address, but it frees them to go ahead and move forward with that purchase and not be second-guessing their decision if they hadn't known what the issues are.
Can anybody just say, hey, I'm an RV inspector, get business cards printed up and become an RV inspector? Or is that what NRVIA is all about? I mean, explain that if you would.
Sure. So I guess, technically, yes, anybody could do that, but that would not be good for business practice. The NRVIA exists mostly because we have a training program, a certification process, and requirements for an individual to go through before we will list them and, announce to the public that, hey, this person is certified and trained to do an RV inspection for you. We are the only RV inspection association in the RV industry right now, and our people have come through a very rigorous program and have demonstrated that they're competent not only in the RV systems, but that they have done hands-on training to be able to do inspections.
Is there enough business out there to support a lot of RV inspectors through NRVIA? I would imagine that you could have thousands and thousands of inspectors considering how many RVs are being bought and sold nowadays.
Absolutely. I think it one day will be very similar to the home inspection industry. Right now, although we do have members across the United States, we do have areas where we have a shortage, and we need more inspectors in the areas where most of the RVs are being sold. The flip side of that is there are areas in the United States where there's not a lot of RVing activity, or at least sales taking place, so the demand there is a little lower. But the most common client that we have would be the RV buyer who, for example, is located in Texas, but they're looking at a unit online in Florida. The Internet has allowed so many more sales to take place out of state, and our services are perfect for that out-of-state client who needs that evaluation of that unit before they purchase an airline ticket or drive, a couple of days over to take a look at that unit.
So,
let us come in, take plenty of photos. We have a set of criteria, standards of practice that we follow, life safety tests that we perform. Let us provide you with that report so then you can decide whether or not you want to continue to go forward or allow the report to serve as a negotiation tool for you. Depending on what the findings are, you may be able to negotiate a better price on that RV.
Now, how much are these inspections generally? I mean, give me a ballpark range, if you would.
Sure. So the typical pre-purchase inspection, which is what we tell folks is similar to the home inspection type, you're probably going to spend anywhere between $400 to $700, depending on the type of RV that it is. Sometimes it can go higher than that. That would be for the inspection. And then we have the ability to do fluid analysis testing for motorhome units. We can test that engine oil, transmission fluid, et cetera. So those things would be probably additional. But each inspector runs their own business. They set their pricing based off of their area and demand. So if anybody's interested, they would want to contact their local inspector to get pricing and availability.
Now, I went to your website, nrvia.org, and I noticed that there's a code of ethics, if you will, and talk to me very briefly about inspectors. From what I understand, they're not allowed to make repairs because of the potential conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's a great one. Absolutely. So because we do want to be a third-party independent evaluation of that unit, we do have a list of ethics that all of our members are required to adhere to. And the one that you brought up is a perfect example. Some of our members also operate service repair businesses. So one of the ethics that we adhere to is that if we do an inspection for a client, we are not allowed to offer to do that repair work or perform the repair work on that RV for at least 1 year after the inspection. And essentially what that does is protects the integrity of the inspection, allows the inspector to truly give a unbiased, feedback on that RV, and then the client would then need to find a certified technician to take care of the repair work on that RV.
Hey, Stephanie, listen, I'm getting the signal from the network. We got to wrap this up, but there is so much to talk about with NRVIA. Can I get you back on?
Absolutely, I'd love to. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. All right, you have a great weekend. We'll talk again soon. All right, folks, that was Stephanie Henson with NRVIA. You can connect with them through our website at thervshowusa.com. Well, that's not exactly the cut of music that we were going to use, but it's good enough. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the RV Show USA. We led off by telling folks that this was going to be Ladies' Hour here on the show today. So far, we have had a representative from NRVIA, that's Stephanie Henson, and Lady E from MyRVKitchen.com. Now, both of these ladies are in the RV industry, but in different areas. Now, on the RV Show USA guest line right now is another lady that's living the RV dream. Her name is Melissa Dafnis, but the leap for her to become a full-timer did take her a while, and today she is helping others pursue the RV dream. So let's bring up Melissa right now. Hey, Melissa.
Hi there. Thank you, Alan. I'm so happy and excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're with us. So I've read your bio. I think that what you are doing is so cool, Melissa Dafnis. Tell everybody about give everybody a little bit of a background, if you would.
Oh, gosh, a little background. Well, I guess you could say I am a lifelong dream believer, and for years I've always tried to pursue my dreams, and was pretty good at it. And I had a house, the usual, the conventional American dream, a house and a good business. I was taking care of pets and working and paying the bills and working and paying the bills, and something in the back of my mind kept saying, there has to be more to life than this. And I had a dream for years, probably 10, 15 years. Thought it would be so cool to live and travel in an RV. And finally, I just decided that, you know what, I'm not just going to think that anymore. I'm going to pursue my dream.
Did you ever, Melissa, did you RV as a child? Were you a camper, an RVer as a child? Or?
No, never. I've taken 2 cross-country motorcycle trips, one tent camping and one staying in motels, but never really an RVer.
So the dream of having an RV, that was just a dream. So go ahead.
It was just a dream. I just thought it was so cool. It would be so cool to live and travel in an RV. I mean, it was just a dream. And took me, when I finally decided that I was going to follow this dream, took me over 2 years of research. I didn't even know what kind of an RV. I had no idea. I didn't even know there were different kinds other than what I had seen on the road. I didn't know what they were. So 2 years of research and 3 years of having my RV later, I'm really passionate about this lifestyle. I love it, and I want to help other people who want to do the same thing I did and who want to live and travel in an RV, and I love it so much.
How much different is full-time RV living than the way you thought it was going to be, Melissa? I mean, is it better?
Well,
Is it more challenging? Is it more difficult to make friends? I don't know.
It was completely different, but I really fell in love with it. I think it's easier to make friends because when you go to RV parks, everyone has, even though everybody is so different, we all have something in common. So I'm naturally an introverted person. I don't, go out and make friends. But when I go to RV parks and walk around, everybody is just so nice and so friendly. And we have RVing in common, and it's so much easier to make friends. And it's not really, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I just thought it would be cool, and I think it's cool, and I really love it. And it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Once you teach yourself and learn a few things, it's just me. No husband or anything to help. I drive the big old RV myself and do everything myself. I had to take my 2 little chihuahuas, Tigger and Roo, everywhere with me.
Well, you know what?
Even ride on the motorcycle.
When I went to your website and I saw Tigger and Roo, I said, I'm going to like this girl because we got 3 chihuahuas at the house. So I know, those 4-legged family members, we got to take care of them. But I see, you're a tiny woman with a great big 40-some-odd foot fifth wheel. And that's a lot for a lady that's never RV'd before to take care of, isn't it?
You would think it is. I'm actually jockey size. I used to be a jockey, so I'm 5 foot tall. And when I get out of that I have a Ram 3500 diesel dually pickup truck to pull the fifth wheel. When I jump out of that thing, and I jump out because it's a long way down, everybody says, you drive that thing all by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not that much. It's not that hard. It just takes patience and practice and learning and paying attention to what you're doing.
And so
it's really not that bad.
So now you're helping other people get into the full-time RV lifestyle, and you're helping them not take 2 years, but to go ahead and start living their RV dream today instead of putting it off for so long, sounds like.
Exactly. One of the biggest regrets people say they have is not starting sooner, and I don't want them to take as long as I did and to make the mistakes that I made. You know, even after 2 years of research, and when I got into RVing, I still wish I had known a few more things. So I'm trying to help people do that, and I love doing that. So I have an RV lifestyle consulting business, and I personally help people. I wish I had somebody that I could have asked questions. You know, I didn't know any RVers. I had never RV'd. I had questions, and I had to look it up online. And, gosh, sometimes it can be confusing, contradicting, overwhelming. It's a lot of information out there to sort through and decide how to achieve your dream.
Hey, Melissa, hang on. We got music coming up. Got a hard break in just a few seconds. All right, folks, if you're wondering how do you make the jump to full-time RV living, we're going to tell you about it right after this quick word from our sponsors. Stick around.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, so we're visiting on the RV Show USA with a lady that has a full-time, adventurous, passionate life pursuing the RV lifestyle. Her name is Melissa Dafnis, and she has a website called YourRVDream.com, and Melissa helps other people to achieve their RV dream. So, Melissa, can you give us an example of somebody that comes to you and needs some help?
Well, one of the biggest questions people have is what type of RV is the best one for me? And there's a lot of variables there. As you know, there's as many types of RVs out there as there are people that RV. So what I do is I help people to find the right solution for their specific circumstances. So while you can get a lot of information online, just having somebody walk you through the process of what specifically you're going to do with the RV, what specifically you need, what you're going to be comfortable with, and it helps the people find the comfort and the clarity with their dream. So it could be finding the right RV, it could be finding a way to work while they're RVing, it could be just somebody to answer their questions about RVing. So all kinds of different things.
Well, I was going to say that your agenda is simply to help people. You're not trying to sell somebody a unit that they maybe won't like or they can't afford. Nope. Or you're just trying to help people. So the incentive is on you to develop a good relationship, it sounds like, with your clients, and then to steer them in the right direction.
Exactly, yes. In fact, I offer a free webinar. It's on my website, Your RV Dream, and it's called How to Achieve Your RV Dream Without Getting Confused, Overwhelmed, or Spending Way Too Much Money. So, and that's completely free. People can go to my site and sign up for that, and I give out some advice about the 3 keys to achieving your RV dream. So, yeah, I love it, and I want to help. That's my passion behind everything.
Who is your typical client? Describe who that is. Men, women, young, not so young?
Gosh, more and more young people are getting into it, not necessarily retired, not necessarily 20-year-olds, but since I'm a single female, I seem to attract other single females because I inspire them so that, they feel like they can do it too, and that's part of my message is, yes, you can do it. You don't have to be a big man and want to drive a big truck. You can actually do it if you just, like I said, take patience and practice and learn the right way to do it and follow the right path, and you can definitely do it. That's what I want to do, inspire people and help them to reach their dreams. That really fires me up.
If you had to boil it down to 2 or 3 of the most important things for people to keep in mind when they're, considering making this leap, what would those 2 or 3 things be, Melissa? I know that's difficult because you got people from all walks of life, but in general, I guess getting them in the right RV sounds like step number 1.
Exactly. And what happened with me was when I decided that I wanted to do the RV dream, like I said, I didn't even know what kind of RV. So I think the number one thing is to have a plan. And you don't have to know every detail of that plan right away. You might not even know what type of RV you want, but you probably know why you want to get into RVing and how you want to RV. Do you want to travel a lot? Do you want to travel a little? Do you want a big RV or a small RV? You probably have a little bit of an idea. But rather than just ideas floating around in your head, it's important to have a plan and then to start following the steps of that plan. Just a step at a time will get you in the right direction and to go. and hopefully they're not rushed, because with the right plan and a little bit of time, you can take that time and save money and do things and really have the confidence in knowing that you're doing the right thing. So to me, that's the biggest thing. It's really have a plan and to think it over rather than just kind of slap a dream against the wall and go for the first RV you see. So that's the biggest thing that I can think of.
What was the one thing, if there was something, that pushed you over the edge that said, you know what, I'm tired of dreaming about it, I'm going to start doing it? Was there any one event or something that happened in your life?
Probably just working harder day in and day out just to pay the bills that were going up and up and up. And the thought in my head was there has to be more to life than this. I didn't come here just to pay bills and die. And I said, you know what, I always had this little dream in the back of my head, and I'm going to pull it forward and I'm going to go for it. And if anybody else has that feeling that they're just unfulfilled and they have this dream, life is too short. Go for your dreams. I think that's important.
I love that. I read some things on your website, and you seem so positive. You're always looking at the bright side of things. How do you feel that Melissa Dafnis has changed in the few years that you've been a full-time RVer? How have you changed as a person? Maybe your perspective on things, how you look at life?
Well, exactly what you said. I'm much more positive and much more passionate because I'm following my dream. It just when you follow your dream, you feel like your life has a purpose, and helping other people to follow their dreams is my purpose now. And there's nothing more satisfying than to help people follow their dreams. So I've grown that way. It's not about working, paying the bills, and doing what needs to be done. It's about following your dreams, and it's grown me tremendously. Like I said, positively, passionately. I love it.
And you probably learned how to fix things that you never knew that you could even learn how to fix them. You learned them on your own, and you're probably a much more confident person as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yep.
I was going to say the happiness factor is difficult to measure, but you can sure see it with other fellow RVers. So how can people connect with you and maybe get, like you said, a free introductory consultation? Because you sound like somebody that can help a lot of people.
Yes, I really can, and I do offer a free consultation, free RV dream consultation to talk over your dream and see how it looks and see if there's anything I can help you with. If you go to my website, yourrvdream.com, there is a place at the bottom where you can scroll down and just click on a link, and you can schedule it right there, and it's absolutely free, no strings attached, and I just love to talk to people about their dreams and see if I can help in any way that I can. I've
got a favor to ask of you. You ready?
Sure.
All right. In the next 3 or 4 weeks, we want to chase down Melissa Dafnis, find out where you are, and get an update on how you're living your dream.
Awesome. I will be thrilled to do that. That sounds wonderful. And any way I can connect and help other people live their dream, I'm up for it.
Awesome. Well, you're wonderful. Thank you for being a part of the show today. We appreciate you. I hope you have a great weekend and keep pursuing your RV dream, okay?
All right. Thanks a lot, Alan. It was a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Likewise. Thank you very much. All right, folks, if you'd like to connect, if you'd like to get some advice, you want to talk with somebody that all she has is passion and experience and love of people. That's all. The most important things in life. That's what I think. And she can help you pursue your RV dream. So you can connect with Melissa at yourrvdream.com or go to our website. We'll have a link to her page from there. We're at thervshowusa.com. We'll be right back. I told you this was going to be Ladies Hour. I think all our ladies were great. The more that you look at RVing and those that do RV, you're going to quickly see that more and more women are becoming RVers. Lots more women, and I think that is awesome. Speaking of women, we got one of our favorite women on tomorrow night on the show is going to be Diana LeBlanc, or next week's show. What am I talking about? Anyway, but RV Nana is going to be on with us from PPL Motorhomes. She and her team are going to be fielding questions on our Facebook Live. So Y'all make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, up at Big Chief, we've got a group of ladies going to tell you this story. They come and visit us each year, probably 75, 80 women. Now, I got to tell you the truth. When I first heard that we were going to have a ladies-only group of RVers, I'm probably going to get in trouble by saying this. I'm thinking, oh, great. Man, we're going to be running, having to fix this and that and hook this up. I was as wrong as I could be. These women were independent. They were happy. They knew how to back in their trailers and hook everything up, and they did not need a man. Thank you very much. And it was so cool. And so what I recommend, if there are a lot of women, if there are any women that are listening to the show and you're going, you know what, that RVing does sound like fun, I would suggest a couple of things. Number one, that you contact some Facebook group pages. There's a lot of Facebook group pages out there that are for women RVers. But more importantly than that, or you can contact Melissa Dafnis, of course, who was just on in the last couple of segments with yourrvdream.com. But the best thing I can tell you is to try to find some lady RV clubs and go and visit them when they have one of their campouts, one of their rallies. And leave your husband, leave your boyfriend at home, go and spend some time, 3 or 4 hours out with the other ladies. You will love it. You will learn so much, and you'll see probably some of the coolest RVs that you'll see anywhere. So that's my suggestion, you know. And anyway, I think that you'll see classic RVs and some really cool ones and meet a lot of great people. All right, let's see. Going back to that little segment we did earlier about NRVIA, there are women that are also RV inspectors. Yeah, women RV inspectors, and I'm telling you, they are killing it, making a ton of money in what would be traditionally thought of as a man's career. So the opportunities for women in the world of RVing are abundant and exciting, that's for sure. If you would like to connect with any of this hour's guests, it's easy to do. Just visit our website. Now, if you're listening to the show on the radio on the weekends, links to all our guests are going to be posted on Monday, all right, on Monday. If you're listening to a podcast of this hour, when you get to our website, click on the Listen tab, then scroll down till you find the program that aired on July 29th and 30th, and that's where you're going to find all the links. All right, that's at thervshowusa.com. This is Alan Warren, the RV guy. Hour number 2 starts right after the top of the hour news break. Is the band ready there, Goose? Let's cue it up and go.
The RV Show USA.